Today, I'm going to show you how I rank #1 for this keyword, as you can see right here, in just 7 hours. So it only took 7 hours to rank for this keyword using a super powerful automation and AI. Now, I'll explain the process in a minute, but you can clearly see here, ranking in 7 hours for our target keyword. And this is a money-making keyword, as you can see right here. So, for example, people are looking to hire SEO agencies. They land on our SEO agency page. We direct them to book in a free SEO strategy session or to get our SEO training. And from there, we are good to go, as you can see. So today, I'm going to break down the whole process and I'm going to give you all the prompts, all the tips, recipes, etc., so that you can copy and steal this process directly from me. All right, so here's what we're doing. We're basically taking keywords from our spreadsheet that we want to rank for, and then we are plugging them through this automation. Now, before we publish, we do quality control. So this is not about spamming. This is not about creating bad content or anything unethical like that. We're trying to create the best possible content we can, but we're leveraging the power of AI to help us in a smart way that makes everything easier. So you can see from step by step, we're basically getting the keyword, then we're going to edit the content in this section. We use another Claude agent to finally write the FAQs and conclusion for the content. Then we add the title to the blog post, and that feeds directly to WordPress, where we can put the content into draft, quality control it, and then publish it once we've checked it and it's good to go. So super powerful process. And as you can see today, we are ranking #1 for this keyword. It was only 7 hours it actually took to do this. So it's not like you have to wait months for your content to rank if you have the right process in place, which is what I'm going to guide you through today. Now, there's a few things you're going to need here. So first of all, you need a spreadsheet like this with your keywords, right? And basically what you're going to track is a keyword that's going to plug into Makecom, and then you're going to add the URL later. You want to check if the content is indexed and add the date. Let's delete these columns so that it keeps everything really neat and tight. If you want all the notes from today, just scan the QR code on the video. I know some people always ask for the prompts, etc. We give them away for free. Just scan the QR code on this video. But this is the keywords template sheet, as you can see. And by the way, I fully expect this website to get taken down as a manual case study. I think that's just a matter of time, simply because we're showing this stuff on YouTube. But that is the risk that I am taking for you, my friends, all right? Now, what you can see here, let me explain exactly how this works, is we're using Claude 3.5 Sonnet to generate the content. We've plugged in the token limit, so how many tokens it can use for each particular part of the process. And then from here, you've got the role, the type, and the text, right? So this is basically the prompt. Now, you'll see inside this text, we're leveraging AI to basically give this the word count, the keyword, output, and HTML. This is quite important because you want to plug it into WordPress. So when you're publishing this content, you want to send it directly to WordPress. If you're going to send it directly to WordPress, make sure that you have the output in HTML. Otherwise, you're not going to have like the headings, the formatting, etc., like you can see right here, right? Now, when you actually read this content, the content itself is actually really nicely written, right? So we've got the keyword in the title. You don't need to do anything fancy there, especially if you're just going for like a service page, which is what we're doing for local keywords. And then I'll explain the keyword strategy as well in a minute. But basically, you see here, it's like, are you struggling to get your Long Beach business noticed online? There's someone who's crushed SEO for 7 years and generated 7-figure results. I'm going to break down exactly why you need a killer Long Beach SEO agency to supercharge your digital presence, right? And then basically what it's doing is it's adding internal links, it's helping people along the way, it's creating something that's actually useful. And you can see how nicely the content is formatted as well. Like if someone's scanning through that content, then it's really, really easy for people to just scan through the content, figure out where they need to click. And then if they want a free strategy session, boom, there it is. It's more likely to convert, right? And so by using this process right here, we can easily create high quality content that's super easy to read, that's nicely formatted, that actually reads in a very humanized way, but helps people as well, right? And it's all tailored to my brand. So you can see here how it sells my agency throughout the content, as you can see. So it's like, right, I've personally reviewed dozens of agencies. Here's why our agency stands out. It actually links to us directly inside this link. So let's break down what's working, what's not, right? So number one, the local keyword strategy that we're using. So when we're using this strategy, we're targeting local areas within the US because there's much less competition, but people are still looking to hire an agency to help them, right? So make sure you really consider that when you're doing keyword research. Now from here, what you want to do is also have relevant internal links throughout the content. What I notice is like if you just go directly into ChatGPT, obviously it's not going to be able to add the internal links because it doesn't understand your sitemap, which is the beautiful thing about this process right here. So if we actually go into the prompt, as you can see, we've added our sitemap so that AI can look through the content and be like, oh, that's a relevant place to link. let's link that inside the relevant anchor text. And it selects the most relevant internal link. And we don't need to use a tool to automate our internal links. We can just automatically insert internal links throughout there. Additionally, it's going to make sure that you don't have any orphan pages on your website when you're creating this content. So everything is really, really nice there. So what I'll actually do is I'll include the prompts inside the video notes from today, but also if you want the Make.com blueprint, I'll export that and you can just download the JSON file from me and basically upload that into Make.com, right? So if you just go to more, then import blueprint, from here you can actually import the blueprint. Now, some people will be asking like, how much does all of this cost, right? So it costs like literally pennies to use Claude's API because it's pretty reasonable and it's pretty cheap. And then inside Make.com, you get 1,000 operations for free per month. So pretty nice right there. And so you got the keyword sheet template, you've got the blueprint so far as well. You got all the prompts that I'm using inside. So we've covered prompt 1. Now let me talk you through prompt 2. So if we go back here and we'll take content prompt 2, like you see right here, let me paste this into the spreadsheet. So basically all this is doing is it's taking basically the exact same prompt, but it's saying write part 2 of the article and don't duplicate any of the content in part 1 of the article, right? So you're basically saying, right, just add more content that complements part 1 of the workflow so that you expand on everything you do. Now, you could create all of the content in one single prompt, but what I really like is that Claude can basically edit the content and additionally it can expand on what is missed. Whereas if you put everything into one single prompt and you're looking at a prompt that's like 5 pages long minimum, then it's going to be really hard for it to cover everything it needs to inside one prompt. So I always recommend like splitting it out into 2 or 3 different workflows, as you can see today. And then one thing I want to cover here is the negative AI fluff words to avoid, right? So typically inside our content, we're going to be avoiding all of these sort of words that just signal red flags, right? These are all the sort of keywords that you would want to avoid inside your content because they basically don't make any sense. And, AI tends to include words like elevate, top notch, enhancing, all these sort of words that you would never include if you were writing the content yourself or if you were speaking conversationally to someone, right? And the whole point of this content is to write it better than a human writer, is to make the content more interesting than a human writer. So, for example, if we look at this content right here, it's like, here's why local Long Beach SEO matters. It's like, listen up. Local businesses Long Beach are in a brutal competition. Your potential customers are searching right now for services like yours. But here's the harsh truth. If you're not on page 1 of Google, you might as well be invisible, right? It's really, really nicely written. This is not like spammy content. If people land on the page, they're going to be like, yeah, this guy understands my problem. He writes in a pretty cool way. And it sells you and your services throughout the content. So if you want to get more customers, this is a great way to do it. Now, let's look at the final prompt inside the workflow. Let me grab that. So this is prompt number 3. I'll explain how it works. So with prompt number 3, right, what you can see here is it's saying based on the first 2 parts of the content that you've done in the workflow, write something new, don't duplicate any of the content, and just focus on adding more value. That's the key, add more value. Now, also you can see throughout the prompts as well, we've included some information about us, who we are, what we sell, etc. This is super useful because it's going to use that to sell you, your services, your product, whatever. And also, you can see here, I would say no notes explaining the content, just write the content. Because sometimes AI will actually annotate the article throughout, which doesn't make any sense. You want to avoid that. And then throughout the content, we're just creating something really nice that's high value, that's helpful to the user, answers the problem, but writes it better than a human would. And then when you're actually using this workflow, you can basically go through your spreadsheet. You're like, right, here's where to start. So you can right click on keyword, select through all the keywords you want to start at, and then you'd be like, right, I've already done all the keywords up to number 18. Let's run that. Click OK, run this, and then it will just run the workflow, create the content, send it to WordPress, and then make sure that you select status as draft inside WordPress, right? Very important because if there's any sort of fluff or if there's any sort of trash, etc., this is a very experimental approach. So I don't recommend it for everyone. Like in AI, we're leveraging AI to create content. And so I always recommend quality control it, put it in draft first. The keyword is a slug, and then you've got the content from part 1, 2, and 3 right here. Pretty simple stuff. Now, we've covered the keyword sheet, we've covered the blueprint from Make, we've covered all the prompts that you can use. So if you want to just test out the prompts yourself, etc., then you can do that inside these video notes. What I want to talk about next is the quality control process. So like I was saying before, you want to really just go through the content, edit it properly. You don't want any AI spam. you don't want something that's too time consuming to quality control either, right? So you need the perfect zone, aka the Goldilocks zone, right? And so this process right here is just about finding the balance between leveraging AI, creating quality content, and nailing your rankings. Now, I've got a video that breaks it down this checklist, as you can see right here. But basically, you want to make sure step by step that you're making sure your content is the best it can possibly be. If you do that, I personally, and this is just an opinion, I don't think Google cares whether your content is AI produced or not. I think they do care whether your content is trash. Because if you're creating terrible content and you're not quality controlling it, and of course, Google's not going to rank your content because you're not helping the people who actually land on your page. And so step by step, that's what we're using as a workflow to rank in 7 hours, as I've already shown you, for money-making keywords. Now, one thing I want to show you, I haven't really covered it in this video yet, is the keyword strategy, right? So when you're doing these keywords, I want to show you a tool that I've got. It's inside my free course. So you can just scan that QR code if you want to get instant access to it. But inside this course, we have some free tools that use AI to find relevant keywords for you. So, for example, if you want some ideas for keywords, you can use the free AI SEO keyword research tool. And then from here, you put, like, for example, niche equals, and we'll put SEO agency in this example because that's what we're trying to rank for. And then it's going to find a bunch of keywords for us that we could potentially rank for, right? So, for example, these are all FAQs that people would potentially ask about your services. Now, if we go back to the tool as well, I want to show you something that's even better for generating. This is my favorite tool so far, and it's available on my website if you want to get free access to it. And basically, for generating keywords, you can use this free keyword research tool right here. So, for example, if we go into Gemini, and then we're going to get a free API key directly from Google Studio, as you can see. So let's grab that API key. We'll go back into my tool, and then from here, we're just going to put keyword. We're going to put SEO agency like so, hit start keyword research. And this is, I would say, on par with paid keyword research tool, but I'm giving it to you for free inside the AI SEO Success Lab, right? So if you go to the classroom, and then from here, you're going to go to free AI SEO tools. And then from here, you would just grab all the tools right here, right? And they're all free. They're going to save you thousands of dollars, but they're all free. They will not cost you a penny. And you can see how cool this tool is, right? So for example, it clustered all the keywords into relevant silos and then potential topics you could rank for. So for example, if we plug this keyword into Ahrefs just to validate that it's a real keyword, that it's not BS, it's not just some AI nonsense, you can see that this is a real keyword that has a high traffic potential, right? And you can see also the keyword difficulty, which is super hard on here, matches the keyword difficulty inside our free SEO tool. All right, so if you want free access to that, it's inside the AI SEO Success Lab. Just scan the QR code on this video. You can get access to all the stuff that I'm covering today. And I'll also include that inside the video notes as well. So if you want the free keyword tool, it's there. If you want the free API key, you can get it from Google AI Studio. And that is basically how we ranked #1 in 7 hours, right? So I've given you the free API key link, the free keyword tool, the free keyword spreadsheet template, the blueprint, the quality control process, and it's all available for you to access for free. Just scan the QR code on this video, and I will see you inside the AI SEO Success Lab. Again, if you're struggling with any questions, you can ask 1,600 SEOs inside this group to help you, all right? So you're not alone. You've got a community of people who follow this channel, understand SEO, want to learn more, and, together we just help each other out and raise each other up. Now, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session, feel free to get that link in the comments description. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate thousands of dollars in sales and autopilot. Feel free to, on this free link building session, #1, there's a bunch of free packages that we have right now. So if you sign up for 3 months, you'll get 1 month free. If you sign up for 6 months, you get 2 months free. If you sign up for 12 months, you're going to get 4 months free. So make sure you grab this deal. You'll get a free SEO domination plan to discover the secrets of link building. We'll answer any questions you have one-to-one. You'll learn the best link building strategy for your website, plus how to quickly outrank your competitors in link building, how to 10x SEO traffic based on what's working for us. Feel free to get that link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.